So I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that I see online coaches make. Now, this is going to be based on a lot of what I see in terms of marketing in the industry and just what I've heard so many people say to me when they come and they, start to work with me in my program, or they're inquiring about it, just things that they've seen or like been taught, or, whatever the case is before. So one of the biggest things that I see, which I find to be fairly frustrating in the industry, is what I call the one tactic approach. The one tactic approach is like, you just need to post content on Instagram and then you'll have this wildly successful business. Or it'll be like, you just need to, have a Facebook group and then you'll have this wildly successful business. Or, you just need to run Facebook ads and then, you'll create whatever you want. And none of that is actually true. It doesn't mean you have to do like a billion different things. But for the most successful coaches, they are typically using a multitude of tactics. It's not really, from my experience, just one thing that builds this incredible lucrative business that like lasts for years and you make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. The second thing is the wrong offers. So one of the things, if you've been following me for any period of time, you've heard me talk about is having what I call a signature offer. So this is a higher value offer. So it's not something cheap or low cost. It's not like an app subscription or, like a membership site and that's it. We want to have the right offers in place. And essentially, if you don't know what I mean by offer, it's like, what are you actually selling to people, right? Because it shouldn't be Zoom sessions or like a 5-pack of coaching or anything like that. We want to actually have an offer that changes people's lives and that you can actually build up your whole brand around. And then not accounting for all the processes and moving parts in a business. A lot of coaches enter this space and they're kind of thinking, okay, well, I just think I need to like follow people on Instagram and post content. Or I actually got an email from someone today, who was saying, hey, I'm like posting content consistently, but it's not helping me get clients. And there is just a lot more to it than that with the way that the world works today. I'll just say this, the markets have shifted and evolved quite a bit in the last 10 years, but especially the last couple of years. Like back in 2013, that's when Facebook ads for small business first became a thing. And I was running Facebook ads for my gym then. And it was like the easiest thing. You could have like bad copy, a blurry image, and people would send you money. Now, when it comes to coaching, the amount of time and the amount of trust that's required for people to say yes to handing you money, and not only yes to handing you money, but like yes to helping them with these deeply personal, painful problems, right? That's what people essentially come to coaches for, is helping them solve their problems. There's just a whole different level of trust that's required. And I actually find the process to get someone from interested into a paying client, it's just more complex than it used to be, because more and more people have their kind of red flags on alert. There's more ads and things like that being thrown at people than ever before. So there's a lot of different reasons for it, but this is something that we want to take into account. Thinking short-term versus long-term. So I like to describe this as either hunting or farming your audience and your prospective clients. So to hunt your prospective clients, it's kind of like a weird way to say it, but it's like you're always worried about the next sale. You're always worried about how am I going to make the money now, versus being able to think about farming, being able to think about taking care of people long term. What that actually does is it sets you up for a lot more success. People who are really worried about the short term can have some short term wins, but it's not a sustainable business model. People who are always thinking about the long term health and growth of their business and their leads and all of that, those are the people who are going to be in the marketplace for a really, really long time. And that's a really important thing to remember, because what happens is when you're focused on the long term, you're always taking care of people, right? You're always taking care of people, you're nurturing them, and you're showing up for people until they're ready to buy. And do you think that people are going to be ready to buy, more people will say, in the coming year or in, the next 3 weeks? So that's a really important perspective. So like winging it, guessing, or like duct taping a business together, a lot of people do that. They get on a lot of different free trainings, but they're like hoping to learn the one magical bullet that makes their business the most successful, like from here and here and here. And really what it takes to build success at the level that I know I desire and that you all probably desire is actually like a whole process, right? Like a streamlined process. And then just not having coaching support. I think that's one of the biggest roadblocks I see people create for themselves. I've never operated business, not even for one moment, without being under coaching support and mentorship. I'm actually in like 6 different programs right now. Some are group coaching, like masterminds. Some are private coaching things. But you always have to have coaching support to build and grow a business successfully and to really stay up on what's working and to get to where you want to be.